Hello, good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to join me today. I just wanted to share with you my latest design team project for Rachel Roxy Creations. And just before I do that, I've been having a go at some of Rachel's weekly challenges, and this is her, I think it's week 6 challenge. So these are side tucks. Let me just move the book out the way a moment. These are the side tucks that she made out of book pages, and you fold the book page over to make the tuck. Oh, that's a big one. So fold it over to make the tuck spot, and you can have it either way. And it fits on the page, so it would fit on the page. So have I got a? So if this was your page, it would fit on there, so that you've got the tuck spot going in there, and then you've got a tuck behind it as well that you can use. And if you wanted it on the other side, then you would do it that way and have the tuck spot there. So I've made these with Rachel's papers. Gosh, if you could see the mess that's on the other side of my desk. Made these out of Rachel's papers. This is one of her napkin kits. I think it comes in one of the kits. I can't think which one it is. And I've made tags to go with them, but these are going to be the backs of the tag. So I made them as I was going along so that you can write on those. And then when I know what journal they're going in, I'll decorate the front as well. So that's the first one. This one has bunny rabbits on. So that's from Rachel's Easter kit from last year. That one goes the other way. No, that one, sorry, that one goes that way. So Rachel's papers again. That one goes that way. And this is from one piece of paper as Rachel did. And then I've torn it and put it on. This one goes that way as well. I can tell that because the flowers are in the right direction. And this one's going to have a little booklet in it. So I'll add some papers into that when I make the journal. And this one again is made from one of Rachel's papers. And I think this again was from her Easter kit. And I've just shrunk it down and then just torn it to do top and bottom. So they were my week 6 Roxy Creations challenge. And they're going away into my stash for my next journal that I make with Roxy's kit, Rachel's kits. So this journal, I've been making this one for quite a while. I've been struggling at the moment we're on full lockdown here in the UK, and I am struggling with it, I will admit. And it's kind of put me off my game a little bit. But I've really wanted to use this book. This book is dated 1910. So it's 110 years old. And when I got it, the spine was torn along there and it was torn down here. So I've fixed it and mended it. So lots of videos I've watched, but thank you to Sunnyside Journals and Wishes and Weeds, because they use old book covers and show in quite detail how they fix theirs. So I think you could call this an honest repair. So can you see, I don't know if it picks it up or not, but here at the top, the spine was frayed so badly that there was no spine left at the top. So what I've done is at the back of that spine, to reinforce it, I used some calico fabric that I painted with acrylic paint to give it that green colour. So it's not the same green as the spine, and it shows above it. So that's why I'm saying it's an honest repair, because it does show. But I wanted it to show because it's the wear and tear off the book. And then here again, I don't know if you can see it, how the spine was worn away. And again, I've fixed it so that piece of calico goes the whole length of the spine. But I didn't want to lose this spine. I mean, it's just beautiful. It has, I guess, the hollyhocks growing up there. And this is just paper that's stuck on. So it is delicate. It's 110 years old, so give the lady its due. It was torn along here as well, very threadbare, and so that's been nicely fixed. So the spine, I will say the spine is stiff. When you open it, it is a little bit stiff because it is reinforced and reinforced again, so that it will not, I'm sure it will not break. The cover, it says The Ideal Garden, and it's just a beautiful book. It's just a beautiful cover, and it was falling apart, so it was already in pieces when I got it. So you know, sacrilege, I haven't taken it apart. And again, that's a piece of paper that's put in there, and it's just beautiful. The ends are tatty, and I've left them as they are. It has got a covering. What did I use on this? I think I used Mod Podge on it just to give it a little bit of cover. So that's the outside cover. Measurement wise, I think it's just over 5, and it's just short. No, it's just over 8, about 8¼ inches wide. So it's quite a good size. And on the inside of this, I've used Rachel's papers. So I hope you can see that. Let me just move over slightly. Here, I think that's a Tim Holtz butterfly that I've had. It's a card butterfly, and I've just glued that on there so that it's still a tuck spot. And there's one of Rachel's papers there, just with some paper on the back to journal. And then this is one of Rachel's, her old, I think she calls them bookend pages, but that just had to go in a garden journal. Look, it's just all the different flowers that you'd imagine in a beautiful cottage garden. And then down the edge there, I've put some flower trim, and that flower trim, you can see, goes through the book. Oh, signature wise, how many signatures? 2, 3, that's 6 signatures in there. So there are a lot of pages. I forget how many pages, but there are a lot of pages in here. Lots of room to journal. So if we move through the book, as I say, the spine is quite stiff, but the book does lay flat. So it will lay flat. On this page here, I've made a tuck spot out of the page, one of the pages in the book, and I've decorated it with a pocket from Rachel's papers, and then a couple of Rachel's tags in there. So I've used Rachel's botanical kits, are just perfect for this book. And then behind there is the little birds that hopefully you'd find them in your garden. That just tucks in there. This was the front page of the book, and as you can see, it was printed in 1910, and it had lots of colour plates in it, and I've included some of those in here as well. So I've still got some left over. So this is the first colour plate. It is flimsy, and it has got marks on it. You know, it is an old book, but there is a picture of an old cottage there, and this I don't know what sort of paper it is, but it's very fine paper, and it says An Ideal Cottage Garden. The creeper on the wall is Mountain Clematis, sorry. So that goes in there. An old book page that I've had there, and I've put some edging down on there and some fussy cut roses. This is again book page from the book, and I've had to reinforce them because they were split and torn. And let's say that's the preface of the book, so I included that, and it says February 1910. This is from the book page, from the book as well, tulips in Anne Hathaway's garden. And then some beautiful black tulips there. Rachel's papers again. And that's the centre of the first signature. So there is lots of room to write or to stick something on. You can actually write on Rachel's papers. They're not too dark. I think that's honeysuckle. It is beautiful. Then again, from the book. And then I included the contents page so that you could see what was in the book. And again, some more edge page decoration there with some fussy cut flowers. The back of that book page. That one I think is from Rachel's. Can't think which kit it's from. I think it's a Renaissance kit, that one, but again, nice and pale to write on. And this one as well, you know, although it's got the black writing on it, you can actually write on it, or again, you could put a picture on it. And then it has some black and white photos in this book as well. And so I've just done that as a flip so that you can see extra. And it leaves that page there with some stenciling on to write on. the second signature. Isn't that paper just beautiful? The second signature has some vintage lace on it, and it has, to me, they look like little dragonflies on it, but it's like a vintage lace on there. Again, Rachel's papers with the lovely, you see, to me, he looks like a pigeon, but I don't know what sort of bird he is, but he's sitting there, and that's his garden. And then the list of illustrations, I've just used that as a journaling card, and Fussy Cut Owl, and one of Tracy Fox's labels on there. So as you see, the book, it is a stiff book, but it does lay flat. So pocket here made out of one of Rachel's tags, and then in the back there is another one of her tags. The, again, book page, that's from a Victorian, it's not a Victorian book, but it's from a reprint of a Victorian garden book. Some tea-dyed papers there. Again, another image there from the book. And that one, lovely little child there. So again, some edge decorating on there. One of Rachel's papers. This is just from a book that I've got on flowers. This is from the book. Another day, July 1909, he was admiring a collection of carnations. Again, Rachel's papers. In the centre of that signature. These book pages, the old book, they, you know, they do crease if you bend them, but they're quite sturdy, I think. And I have reinforced the spines of them. So really this is quite a good writing book, because, say, you can write on a lot of these. Another label there and butterfly. And then Rachel's papers down there. I hope you can see this okay. Another garden there. And then I've done a, do you call these waterfall flips? So these are Rachel's journaling cards that she has in one of her kits. And then they flip up, and then you can write on the back of them. So they all flip up. So you can write underneath and you can write on them. I thought that looked quite pretty. Then the third signature. These papers, by the way, I've printed them on a cream textured paper, so it does give it a bit of a vintage feel as well. A tuck spot there. That's from one of Rachel's papers. I've just made that into a tuck. Again, the book page. Some sweet peas there. Chat about roses, just in case you need to know what best roses to get. I don't know if they're still, you can still get them. They all change, don't they, the types of flowers that you can buy. Some Veronica there. Some more tea-dyed paper. Rachel's papers. Oops. Violets. Another book page there, and some carnations on that one. Then we've got another of the coloured spread, and dry wall planted with broom, gorse and other free blooming strong growing plants. So again, it is delicate paper, and that was inside the book. And then on the back of that is the list of illustrations from the book, and then in there I've just included a couple of the photos, the black and white pictures, illustrations that come. And Hewell Grange, that's actually a women's prison now in the UK. If that's the same one, but there is a Hewell Grange prison, whether it's that one. Worcestershire, no, I bet it's not, it must be a different one. I'll put those in after, not at the right angle. And there's a pocket here made out of one of Rachel's tags, and then I've put some vellum, it's not vellum, it's tracing paper on there. This was just a plain piece of paper that was from the kit, that was in the old book, but it's got the name of the person that had the book, and it's W something. It could say Walker, 12 something Hill, Borough Hill, 12 Borough Hill. So I'd written in pencil, so I had to just leave that in there. It goes in there, and then that tag there. And the next signature. These papers of Rachel's, aren't they? There's so much detail in them. That's just decorated on the edge there. I tried to put papers of interest in here, so like the coffee dyed, if it was tea dyed paper, if it was plainer, then I've put edge trim, some butterflies on there. But I wanted it to be a writing journal. Then in the centre of this one of Rachel's papers there, and it backed in Rachel's papers as well, and just a little tag. And again, some edging down there. Book page. I forget what the book is called for this one, but they were nice small pages, so they just fit nicely into this book. Where's that one at? I don't think it says, but it's very nice hedge. It must have took ages to clip it. Advert there for different sorts of fencing. A grass walk spanned by arches of crimson rambler rose. Isn't that pretty? And then the back of that's got a pocket on it with a chat about roses. And then there's a card in there, a chat about roses. And that was from this book as well. And then inside the book it had like a pull-out of a design of a garden. So I've put that in and I've hinged it so that you can write behind it, and I've just reinforced it down there. It is delicate paper, it is thin paper. But just in case you want to do a garden design, there you go, you're sorted. I think these birds are having a chat together. Tag there that I've had for a while. And then again, this is from the book, Rachel's papers. Conifers, in case you're interested. And it says there that they scarcely dare mention the yew tree, which is the gloomiest of all conifers and not generally recommended. I actually love to see yew trees, and especially when they have the red berries on that I know are poisonous. There's some very big yew trees in our churchyard. Beautiful little bird there. He's fussy cut off one of the tags, I think. A little owl sitting there. So you can see there are lots and lots and lots of pages in here. Some viburnum. Spring flowers at Beaver Castle. I put at Grantham. Now I put this in here because it says Belvoir, but it's called Beaver. So Beaver Castle is about 5 miles down the road from me, so I had to include that. And it does actually have beautiful gardens still when they're open, which they're not at the moment. Sweet peas, garden planning. So again, there's a journaling card there, and that's from the book. And again, this is another pull-out page, and that's on the edge of the page. And that's got, if you want a blue border, a white border, or a pink border, and it tells you what plants you can put in. I just thought it was nice to include them in here. And then I think those birds are looking at that one, or maybe they're viewing the butterfly. And then there's a pocket here. Again, one of Rachel's pages there. And the fussy cut bird off one of her pages. And that says afternoon. I think that's one of Tracy's labels. I was really pleased how my tea dyeing came out on that paper with the flowers. 12 feet high sweet peas. And again, some edge decoration there with a little mushroom. Lupins, I do like lupins. Some more paper there. One of Tracy's labels up there. So as I say, it is quite stiff because I did reinforce that spine. And these pages are quite delicate, yeah, but they had to go back in it. And again, that paper. You know, I couldn't get that again if I tried, I bet. Then the last page here flips out. Rachel's papers again. And then, sorry, there we go. And then inside there is a journal tag. So I've tried to keep everything kind of botanical, flowers in here. Love that bird. Looks like a wren, little Jenny wren. And then in the back again, one of the, I think it's a Tim Holtz butterfly, and then one of Rachel's tags in there. And that does fit behind there. I'm just nervous about catching his little antennae when I put that in. So that is my garden journal, The Ideal Garden. I do hope you like it, and I've really enjoyed making this one. So thank you for such beautiful papers, Rachel, and they just look lovely in here. So any questions, you know, please do ask. I'm always more than happy to answer. But thank you so much for watching. Please take care. Bye bye.